All right, my lovers. It's MJ from Alta Love. How are you? What a weird and wonderful few days it has been. I'm always really grateful. I can remember that in my yoga career, I'd get like burnout and be like, I never want to do it again. And then once I'd had like a couple of weeks off, like a proper rest, I'd come back like full of beans and be super stoked to be back teaching. And I find this is similar with the online work, but even more in alignment with my flow, because I don't tend to need weeks off. I would often take like a whole month off teaching yoga to restore my body mind. Now I just find with my online work that I do need to like detox from the posting and the social media, the content creation, and then usually after a couple of days of not engaging with media and my computer and my phone and stuff, I'm like itching. Like it was no more than 48 hours and I went live on YouTube yesterday to share some insights. I just can't stop myself because I love it. And this morning I feel really juiced up and ready to, just wanting to share the heart, love, vibrashe and the divine guidance via the tarot for this fine day. It's November 15th. I'm live on Facebook and I'm live on the YouTube. Hello, YouTube familia. I've just skipped over to the YouTube now. I'm going to endeavor to actually go back and forth a little bit. My Facebook familia, just so you know, my YouTube community is more active, so I tend to focus more on it, and have been on and off Facebook for a while. Hey Garrett, how are you, my friend? Good morning. It's morning time in the UK. Also on the YouTube, there's super chat, so people can make in the present moment donation or payments for the work that I'm providing, the service I'm providing, and I do my my special live share crew with the YouTube community. So y'all on Facebook, if you ever want to check out the work that I do on the YouTube, that's sort of the point of connecting all of the sites is to sales funnel you guys, just being legit, to bring you to the main hub of action, which is the YouTube community and the live share crew and the work that I do, the service I provide, including this juicy goodness, the tarot, which a little bit like the yoga, it just sort of like fell into my life at a time where I was like, Ma, what shall I do? And it feels more in alignment with my person versus things like, just other things other people are doing. Hey Garrett, I'm great. It's 3 a.m. over here in the Eastern USA. How are you? Not too shabalabs. It's gone 7 a.m. here in the UK. So yeah, Eastern USA for sure. Welcome to Alta Love TV. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, should I grab that card? Maybe I shall. So you guys, if you don't know, I'm an intuitive tarot reader, which means I don't follow any kind of traditional, but you will resonate with some of the traditional aspects of these cards. But even the way I lay them down, the way I read them, it's all it's just me listening to intuition, because my whole life path has been intuitively guided. Part of how I've ended up here sharing the insights that I share and ultimately creating Alta Love as an online business and providing the things that I provide. Oh, look, including my book. I published a book called The Fearless Life Guide. Recently, somebody pointed it out and was like, well, that's a bold statement. I'm like, oh, I figured most people would want to live fearlessly. But it does require a lot of inner work and discipline shape-shifting and vulnerability and honesty and depth and emotional intensity, and I'm more and more aware I don't want to force people to do that kind of work, to each their own. So the tarot just sort of eases things up over here for myself, and fortunately the people that are booking the private readings and you guys on the channel are also loving the service, and truly all the readings that I've done, everybody's been like, spot on, intuition, reign supreme. I'm like, man, it sure does. Even to myself sometimes, I'm like, oh, wow, I never even knew intuition was that powerful. But it is. Yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm the founder of an online business. I have a book, I have merchandise, I do perspective calls, as in what people would probably call online coaching, and I'm in the process of completing the fourth of 4 online courses that I've called Be the Change online courses, which focus on sustainability, spirituality, and freedom. The dedicated pillars of ultra love and the way that I live my life. And Zenful Zero Waste that I collaborated with Katie Finch to do. Ulta Vegan Love, because I'm like a lifelong veggie vegan. And Spirituality Simplified, based on my 20-year spiritual awakening and transformational journey, and over 10 years successful professional life as a yoga, meditation, and transformation guide here in the UK. And then I'm finishing Unplug for Freedom, which is also based on my intuition telling me to stop watching TV, stop buying magazines. And I don't buy new clothes and haven't done for almost a decade. So really it's all like, guys, you should live more like I do. Mainly because I'm a lot happier and more peaceful than I used to be, but I'm also not really into, like, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I don't know anything. But also buy my stuff. Because it helps me pay rent. And I like, what is life? I'm not sure half the time what I'm even doing. But I'm a much happier woman, I got to say. Hey, Diana, how are you? Sometimes when people are still hanging around, I'm like, yeah. Oh, MJ is on fire this morning. All the while, I'm still pulling cards here, so you're gonna get some tarot love from the out love. Like my own bonkers vibrashe. I've been doing YouTube now for almost 7 years, and the evolution has been profoundly monumental to this point where I'm like, oh my god, MJ, you're live. I'm like, so it's what happens when you transform all your shame and your guilt and you're just yourself. Nobody really can have any power over you to make you feel bad about that. It's freedom, right? Ultimately. And I know that, meditating and watching TV, doing things like yoga and like self-love care, because humanity is effing traumatized, that has been a huge piece of all of it. So, my lovers, MJ, just gonna have a little bit of cafe au lait. Not au lait, obviously, because there's no lait in it. Or there could be, of the soya, oat milk, and all of the other milk alternatives. But personally, I tend to like my coffee. I tend to like my coffee black, because I'm like that. I don't know, black? I'm not black, but I do like a strong cafe. Although I can also sense a part of myself. I'm like visualizing a bit of a retreat coming, like taking myself, pampering myself, because I spent 10 years pampering other people and loving them. And then I'm working up to that, giving myself an opportunity to have like a 3 to 5 day, even like a juice fast or something. Anyway, that is none of your business. and it's not really relevant to the tarot. Do you like my setup today? My roommate obviously got some flowers, which are exceptionally beautiful. Roses? I should know this, shouldn't I? They're roses, they're not tulips. But aren't they pretty? And then I got my book set up because I remember when I was doing this again years ago, 2017, 2016. It would have been 2017 when I early on in me publishing. Oops, a daisy. Ooh, yep. Ash everywhere. Early on when I published the book and I was doing all this live share shenanigans, I think it was like my stepmother or somebody was like, put your book in the frame. But, people need to know that you've done that. I'm like, great idea. Great idea. So I do, so I'm making an effort, all right, to make myself and the whole picture beautiful for y'all. Okay. And now I'm just doing this for fun. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Good, because I'm gonna just start looking at the cards and feeling it out. There's two messenger cards. There's a page of cups and a page of pentacles here. There's a King of Swords in the reverse and a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. In fact, all of the nobilities in the reverse, my lovers. So, whoever this is going to be resonating for, there's something pretty spicy going on that is warning or triggering your defenses. So that part of this energy feels to me, because the pages are in the upright and then the Knight and the nobility are downward facing, this is actually an aspect of new beginning, but you're a little bit further down the line of the new beginning. Oh, thanks. Hey, Luna. Hey, what? Hey, ba-da-ba. And Mr. Fifth, I want to say. What up, my lovers? Did I already pour coffee in my cup? I think I did, but I'm doing it again. Why not? Yeah, so as I was saying, it's like the messengers are going to be bringing in some good tidings, some emotionally good feel message, Pentacle good feel message. And I feel like when it comes to like the deception, the false perception, the lack of confidence, the indecisiveness, and or people in your environment possibly manipulating you, bosses, authority, parental figure, that burden that used to weigh you down, that aspect of naivety around manipulation, deception, you're starting to stand your ground. I feel like you're starting to come out of that energy once and for all. So there's a sense of new beginning and vitality to me with these pages here. And ultimately, all the sword, you got Ace of Swords, King of Swords, right over here with that Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And then the new beginning is crowning the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands reverse. So this new beginning in reality, this is a substantial message of an offering, of something that you're manifesting for yourself. And gosh darn it, you're claiming it, you're taking it for yourself, and you're finally coming out of, I would interpret it as a naivety or not quite knowing the self, right? Thank you. And you're finally seeing through the veil, as it were, which is what's giving you the power to cut out the bull, basically, cut out the bullshit. And I'm getting at this fierce charge in me and claiming yours, getting these messages of positive, tangible resources coming in, getting these messages of positive emotional biofeedback coming in, and you're cutting out any domination and control, any manipulation, deception, whether it's create people taking your ideas, whether it's people stealing your money or manipulating you or telling you you're not good enough, or people messing with your mind. So we've got some powerful energy of up leveling here happening. And I do sense that if this is triggering stuff in you, be mindful, as in take a good hard look at your environment and be mega aware of people in around you that could potentially be manipulating you. And I got to confirm and say to y'all, it can be subtle. And it's not necessarily an attack about these kings or queens or these knights. It doesn't have to be gossip or pardon me, judgment or any of that. It's purely to do with you being yourself, you being allowed to be yourself and claim yours and receive the good tidings and the good messages that belong to you, and not have to fuff around and do all this bidding for all these kings and queens and knights around you who used to tell you what to do. Or maybe the patterns that you used to be in when you were under the veil, when you weren't really truly in your power. You were blinded, you could say, blinded by the illusions, as it were, blinded by your past patterning. Let me just hop over here. Hey, I'm just saying hi to the Facebook land. All right. So there's some beautiful messages coming in. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to describe this accurately, but this feeling that I'm getting is like a rebirth, but you're not at the brand new beginning. You've been in this sort of new beginning. So like you could say that Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles have already been presented to you, and you moved with them. And you're sort of discerning yourself through this phase and beginning to welcome the messages and the offerings that have come out of you taking that leap and going for the new beginning. And you're sticking to your senses. You're this could be interpreted in different ways. In this reading, this is to me a very positive card. You're like, this is mine. I deserve this, and ain't nobody gonna take it from me. You're not gonna let people start tearing you down. You're not gonna let people start taking from you, manipulating you, making you feel shit about what you created. You're believing in yourself, and you're cutting out any possible distortion that could make you feel less than. Which is why I'd say you've already made the start. That's a 9 of Wands. You're right near the end. Damned if you're gonna let some people walk in and be like, it's actually, I don't know, what are you doing? You're standing your ground, and you've got that Ace of Swords there, or almost sort of ready to cut out any bullshit if you need to. That's all. Remember, whether it's other or self, if it ain't feeling aligned for you, you can walk away. You can cut it out. When it comes to all this self-responsibility stuff, absolutely, we need to have love, compassion, and empathy for one another, but we don't need to come out of our integrity to serve others, certainly if it's not feeling right. So take that time and we're in the energies right now. We really are in the energies of self-care, self-love, rest. We're heading down into winter now in the northern hemisphere. Certainly, we're in that time of allowing our bodies, our minds, our souls to rest after a very, very profound year of transformation. So give yourself some credit, y'all, and give yourself rest if you need to, and don't play games with people. It's not relevant to you. So this kind of energy, and again, this kind of energy has been coming up a lot. Randomly sidestep, by the way, I will be getting on with the monthly December 2019 general tarot. Side note there, if any of you guys are wondering, it is a coming. Yeah. And this is par for the course. When you are a conscious creator, you're totally endeavoring your own conscious creatorship. What? See the power in you. You're ripe for the plucking. You're basically coming in through all these lessons and cycles you've been through. You're coming into like at a juicy ripeness, like ripe for the plucking. You know your power. You know your maturity, as it were, right? And when it comes to other people's ideas, if this is resonating with you, this card's come up as like some advice as well. Don't compromise. That came through, I don't remember now, but that came through a private reading once around like, don't compromise yourself. Don't compromise your creativity. Don't compromise your goodness. It's not worth it. And then again, that person messaged back just being like, thank you. Like, it's because you put that message in of don't compromise yourself. Basically, I'm doing this, this, and this, and it feels amazing. So it's like, don't put up with any shit where people compare you or expect you to do this, that, and that when you're trying to focus on yourself and you're improving your lot in life. Don't, oh, okay, then. Yeah, okay, I'll go back to just doing this, or sure, that's right, I shouldn't believe in myself, or whatever. Don't effing compromise yourself. The illusion of control is ultimately potentially holding you back. So be willing. There is a postponement energy here. I actually feel like, weird. I'm not sure where I made that face, but I actually feel like the postponement card is something to do with love. Live in the moment. There's some intensity here, possibly around these messages coming in. I mean, love is intense, right? Falling in love is intense. So I feel like for some of all y'all, you've been maybe waiting for this new love, for this new beginning in love. The cards around it are basically saying it's going to be effing intense. So a part of me is getting a feeling of, it's mainly the actual appearance of this card, which is also giving me the feeling. But when it comes in, it's coming in strong. So be prepared. Keep yourself grounded. Live in the present moment. Don't compromise yourself. Be mindful of the illusion, the old paradigm illusion of control and domination. Yeah, someone's coming in with an offer for sure. And with those underlying discernment energies and you standing your ground, ultimately, there is love coming in. You've waited for this. You have been waiting for this, but I feel like all these lessons around different energies, different people, the deception energy, the manipulation energy, that you're really finally seeing through the bullshit, basically. You're really actually seeing through it, and you're moving through this energy of intensity to allow the new energy, basically. So there is love coming in. You've waited around for it. Now, when it drops in, it's going to be really, really intense, but that's a good thing, okay? Like love, passion, excitement. And I feel like you've actually done a lot of work around this. I feel like you've been anticipating this. That's why you're standing around. That's why you've got that 9 of Wands, And you've risen out of this type of energy. So go for it. Be ready to claim your awesomeness, basically. Get ready to kind of jump into these new beginnings. Be aware of the intensity of it and just stay anchored in the present moment. Know your worth. Know that you have been patient. You've been kind. With this card, I feel like you've nurtured your own seeds. You've nurtured your own plants and your own new beginnings from a real place of conscious creatorship and love, ultimately. So of course you deserve love without the compromise, like as in you don't need to settle, And you certainly can. I'm seeing the kind of like going through a jungle or moving through like an Amazon energy and like a bushwhack, like having like sifting through it all. And you've done that work. And I just feel with this card, it's like, get ready for some good energy. It's going to move you through and really kind of get you through the finish line of all this transformational energy. So thanks a lot, you guys, for being here. Feel free to book a private reading. Thanks for affirmation around loving the aesthetic. I appreciate that. I put some work into that. And it's stuff that I share. It's stuff that I talk about in the book and I talk about on the online courses around creating our space, creating our. I'm somebody who's almost like the other end. I cleanse my clothes. I get rid of, because I only shop secondhand. I do like clear stuff out. I don't like having too much stuff, and I again personally prefer it. And I know that for clients at times it has been a helpful piece to offer them around, why don't you go through the closet or that drawer that you've been kind of ignoring for however long. Thank you. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a great day. Peace out.